Hello guys, in this video we look into the topic of specific latent heat. Before this we had looked into the topic of specific heat capacity. Okay, before this we had learned about specific heat capacity. So in this chapter, as the continuation, we look into the specific latent heat. So before we go further into the specific latent heat, okay, hard to pronounce that term, okay, specific latent heat, okay. Let's look into what is happen in atoms when it receive or losing heat. So let's look into the concept of latent heat and kinetic theory of molecules, okay. In a solid, the molecules are linked to the neighbors by forces of attraction. Okay, let's say we have a solid. So the atoms or molecules inside the solid, okay, there is force of attraction between the molecules or atoms. Okay, between the two atoms, there is force of attraction. That means they are both attracted toward each other by this force of attraction. As the solid is heated, okay, what happen if we supply heat? If we supply heat to this solid, okay, to this solid. As the solid is heated, the molecules will start vibrating stronger. Okay, so what will happen to the molecules or atoms inside the solid? It will vibrate more. Okay, it will vibrate vigorously, strongly. So the vibration is so strong that the links begin to give away. So what will happen to the links between these atoms? Okay, so each atom they have links between them. So when we supply heat, the vibration becomes stronger, and then what will happen to the links between these atoms? Okay, it will start to give away. Extra energy is needed to overcome these forces and separate the molecules. This is called the latent heat of fusion. So latent heat fusion is the heat is amount of heat required to break the link, to break the to overcome the force of attraction between the atoms or molecules. No temperature rise occurs during this process. Okay, as the molecules or atoms in the solid starting to break their force of attraction, okay, all of the energy, okay, remember we supply heat towards the solid, so heat is form of energy. So what will happen to this energy based on the conservation principle of conservation of energy? Okay, heat cannot be destroyed, or once the heat being supplied to the solid, it will be used. Okay, it will be used to break, to overcome the intermolecular binding forces. So in that case, it will not use this energy to raise its temperature. So that's why change in temperature during the process is equals to 0. As what you had learned in your form 1. What is temperature? So temperature is the average kinetic energy of atoms or molecules in a substance. Okay, since the energy supply is used to overcome or to break the bonding between the molecules, so all of the molecules cannot use the energy to raise its average kinetic energy. Okay, there is no time for them to convert it into average kinetic energy. All of the energy being used to break the bonding. So that's why there is no change in temperature, or the temperature change is equals to 0. The average translational kinetic energy does not change, so the temperature remains constant. In a liquid, okay, that is what happened in a solid. So again, in solid, we call it as latent heat of fusion. Okay, this is the heat required. Okay, the energy required to break or to change the bonding between the molecules, solid to liquid and liquid to solid. In a liquid, let's look into liquid. The molecules are free enough to slide around and change neighbors. Okay, that is what you had learned in your chemistry. Okay, but they are still almost as close to each other as in solid. Okay, that is the arrangement of molecules or atoms in liquid. The links are weaker but still effective. As the liquid is heated further, the kinetic energy of the molecules increase more at the boiling point. The molecules, okay, what will happen at boiling point? So at boiling point, the molecules start to break free from each other and become gas. Energy is needed to overcome the remaining links. This is called as latent heat vaporization. So let's say we have molecules of liquid and there is still some forces of attraction between the atoms or molecules among them. Okay, so we supply heat to this liquid. Okay, liquid, and then what will happen? First, of course, let's say this is water. Let's say we use water. Okay, let's say we use water, and then what will happen then? So let's say the initial temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, 30 degrees Celsius. What will happen if we supply heat to the water? Okay, of course the temperature will raise. Okay, will raise 30, 31, 30, 35, and so on. Okay, until it reach 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then what will happen once it reach the 100 degrees Celsius or the boiling point? Okay, once the liquid reach their corresponding boiling point, okay, all of the energy supply will be used to overcome the links or the force of attraction between the atoms or molecules. Of course, before this, okay, let's say at 30 degrees Celsius, we supply heat, okay, we supply a lot of heat, and then what will happen? All those heat will be used, or all atoms or molecule will use that amount of energy being supplied to raise its kinetic energy. Okay, its kinetic energy will increase throughout the process from 30 degrees until 100 degrees. Okay, it will move faster, vibrate faster, stronger, and so on. Until once they reach 100 degrees Celsius, okay, the temperature won't change. That means the atoms or molecules cannot use the energy gained or supplied by heat to increase their kinetic energy further. Why does it happen? Okay, because all of the energy will be used to break the bond or the link between atoms or molecules in this liquid. So that kind of energy that being used to break the bond, we call it as the latent heat of vaporization. So during this process, okay, once they reach 100 degrees Celsius, there will be no temperature rise occurs during this process because the latent heat of vaporization is used to overcome the intermolecular binding forces. The average translational kinetic energy does not change, of course, so the temperature remains constant. As the conclusion, the latent heat means hidden. Okay, latent means hidden. This heat change the shape or the phase of a material without affecting the rise or fall in temperature. Okay, that is the difference between specific heat capacity and specific latent heat. If we look back into our specific heat capacity, okay, C, it is the amount of energy heat required to change 1 kilogram of substance their temperature by 1 degree Celsius or 1 degree or 1 Kelvin. But for latent heat, okay, latent heat, it is actually the amount of heat to change 1 kilogram of substance, okay, without changing their temperature. So here we have change in temperature. Here change in temperature is equals to 0. Okay, so that is the difference between specific heat capacity and specific latent heat. Okay, I hope you can understand this concept, and after this we look further into the specific latent heat. So that's all for this video. Thank you.